Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Eddie Marcus, and I'm spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people, not just here in Minnesota where I live, but I'd like to think that the things that I share with you carry the same righteousness all over the United States of America and have given any type of respect all over the land. As you've noticed here in my state, Minnesota, specifically here in Minneapolis and St. Paul, some trying times have been happening. I'm coming to the people to say to you, we acknowledge that the sufferings and the pains that we've gone through forever have brought us to this point, and now we're ready to do something about it. We got everybody's attention. The virus has come along to let us know where we have suffered in areas where the people are dying and we don't have adequate medication for them. Those of us who are poor, the virus is identifying the people who have suffered the most. And yes, even the cops, they're doing their thing to let us know we're still disrespected. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment, this is the hour for us. Everybody knows now, the world knows now. You have gotten some attention to say that you're not going to do it anymore. Now I, as spokesman and advocate for basic human rights for all people, ask you, I call on every last one of you to stand down and allow the process to work. Allow those who you have entrusted, and for those who have turned their backs on you, now let's see what these will do. Will they go forward proper or will they not? But give them a chance. But in the meantime, we don't sit idly by. Rather than loot, which represents our hunger for the things that we've been missing in life, represent the violence which indicates the hatred that is being built upon us because of those who seem to have no compassion for us. But let us rise above that. Why? Because we're expecting much, much more than they could have ever given us. We're expecting the best that there is. I call on you, ladies and gentlemen, to listen to me. Pay attention to what I say. I am an elder and I speak to you from wisdom. I've gone through this stuff before. And I've heard one reporter in Nebraska once say about the things that I care about. He says the failure of Eddie Marcus and the things that he tried to do is because he cares more about the people than they care about themselves. Now, if you do not want a job, a career that would allow you to fill your life with joy, if you don't want that, then I do care more for you than you care about yourself. If you don't want food, clothing, and shelter, never be without it the rest of your life, and that job entitles you to it, then yes, I do care more about you than you care for yourself. If you don't want education, unlimited and unrestricted for yourselves and everybody else, and nothing to restrict that, if you don't want that for yourselves and others, then yes, I do care more about you than you care about yourselves. If you don't want health care for everybody from the womb to the tomb, then I do care more about you than you care for yourself. If you want all of the restrictions to remain that prevents you from being free, from experiencing peace and prosperity, joy and the fulfillment of your dreams, if you want those to remain restricted from you, then yes, I do care more about you than you care about yourselves. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I want your wants, your needs, and your desires met. And I got some evidence. I don't just talk this message. I have, for a time like this in the past, committed crimes here in the state of Minnesota. Because I've been talking this for 36 years, and for 36 years, the people's ears have been closed. I committed the crime so that I can go into a courtroom and state the facts for which I was doing the things that I was doing. So that at a time like this, when I'm talking and you wondering if I'm faking it, you can go and see in the court documents, yes, he did commit this crime against the state. And what was his defense? His defense was that he wanted to talk the stuff he's talking to you right now, and the judge said, I don't want to hear. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you this. If you care about those things that I just shared with you, stand down. No more violence. Now I want you to start mingling with one another. Talk with one another. when it comes down to Donald Trump as the president of the United States, there's no way on God's earth that those of you would ever vote for him. That's why he's trying to take it with force, hoping that there will be a riot, a need for martial law, so he can try to just God him, put himself into presidency for as long as he desires. Ladies and gentlemen, and don't sit back and just feel relaxed that the Democrat seems to be the answer, because what it appears as if what you got right now is that Donald Trump is so bad, you'd give anything just to get back where you were. And that would be useless. All of the deaths that have occurred, all of the pain and suffering that have occurred all of these years, all of these centuries, all of it brought forward right now, put on the table at a moment like this, and it's asking for you to respond. And for those of you who have been trained to think that there's going to be a miraculous action, that miraculous action will be you waking up. But most of you think there's a heavenly power that's supposed to come down and execute a miracle and wipe this all out. Ladies and gentlemen, the devil didn't come down and institute a miracle and create this hell. We did it by our choices. We did it. Whether we were building hell or whether we were sitting back pouting but doing nothing to stop it. We are all creators of this hell. And the place where I would love for us all to go is to create thy will on earth as it is in heaven, that we might all enjoy life, party, have fun, be free, in peace, and not hating and having racism and bigotry, and you know the story. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, when you go to the polls and vote, November 3rd, I believe it is now, or anytime they change the date, whatever time you go, when you go to the polls, I hope that you, by virtue of the communication that you've had during this here time, talking to one another, recognizing that there is a power bigger than man. Man hadn't done anything to stop this virus. I've been hearing that it was started by man, but whatever the situation is, you've heard it said that you shall reap what you sow. The seed you plant determines what you get. So whether it's a national phenomenon or whether it came by the hands of man, is all because you have rejected the truth and walked according to the dictates of darkness. Now we can be free. This is an opportunity for us to be free. Now, what are you going to do? You can't sit back hoping the Democrats are going to give you a chance to take a breath of air. You better take advantage of this time, because it might be 100 years before it comes again. So think about it, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, this is Eddie Marcus, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people, which basically means that you and your inalienable rights. And what are those inalienable rights? All of those rights that's necessary for you to have peace, prosperity, and freedom, enjoying your life and the fulfillment of your dreams right here on this earth right now. And that all of the things that you won't put your hands to belong to all of you, and nothing shall come in and interrupt that, not money, white people, or any other people. For it is the spirit and the will of that power that's created you on earth. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, this is Eddie Marcus saying goodbye. Am I recording now?